Max Fisher, Royal Tenenbaum, Steve Zissou, Francis Whitman, Mr. Fox, Sam Shakusky, Gustav H., Atari Kobayashi. 8 characters, 8 movies, 8 plots, 1 theme. The critically acclaimed cinematic spectacles of Wes Anderson are known for their unique aesthetic. The vibrant pastel colours, the Kubrick-esque rectilinear geometry, and expressive costume and set design. All of these carefully planned components work together to bring about a somewhat poetic portrayal of reality. Whether our story is 3 brothers on a journey to see their mother, or a marine biologist looking to avenge his dead friend, the reality of these worlds is romanticised and idealistic. There's no room for imperfection in these movies. That's because to the protagonist of these stories, the world is perfect. They see the world as it is presented in Anderson's films. It's colourful, it's symmetrical, it's ideal. And because of their idealistic outlook, they are disconnected from reality. They do not recognise the repercussions of their actions. Atari steals a plane from the most powerful man in Japan, and Mr. Fox plans a major heist with no thought on how it will affect his family. And family is another important theme here. All of these characters are at the centre of a dysfunctional family, or lack of family entirely. Sam Shakusky is an orphan.
Sam's parents passed away a number of years ago.
And Steve Zissou is reconnecting with his estranged son. And in every story, the idealist creates an elaborate, outrageous plan to reach their goal, sweeping everyone around them up and into the chaos. Yet ultimately, the chaotic, idealistic plan becomes the crucible in which the family bonds are strengthened. No film works as a better example of this than The Grand Budapest Hotel. To begin with, this isn't presented like any other story, but is in the head of a girl who is reading a book recounting the memory of a man recounting the memory of the story. We are told from the get-go that this isn't reality, but a romanticised story told through many layers of imagination. Examples of a story within a story are evident throughout Anderson's work. The Royal Tenenbaums is presented to us as a book, and Anderson himself considers Moonrise Kingdom a fairy tale.
And somewhere along the way, I started thinking more and more that the movie should really be one of her books.
But Budapest is the most obvious example of this story within a story philosophy. Then we have Monsieur Gustave, the respectable, polite idealist that even writes his own poetry.
While questing once in noble wood of grey medieval pine, I came upon a tomb, rain-slicked, rubbed cool, ethereal, its inscription long vanished. Yet...
He is a man of great renown, but is inherently lonely. He has no family, and certainly no friends. He spends his time with his staff and wooing whichever wealthy matriarch is staying at the hotel, but never forms any lasting bonds. However, after his idealism allows him to steal a priceless painting, he goes on the run with his lobby boy and apprentice, Zero Mustafa. They evade the police, the military, and even a hitman hired to take them down. Eventually, Gustave finds himself breaking out of prison, only to be penniless and without his favourite perfume.
Forgot the leather panache.
Honestly, you forgot the leather panache. I don't believe it. I mean, how could you?
A symbol of the disparity of the situation. But just when the chips are down, and he's on his last legs, he finds the answer. So far, he and Zero had been working alone. But the key to their success lies with the family we did not know he had. The Society of the Crossed Keys. This serves to provide the lesson Anderson puts in all his movies, that only by helping others and working together can we create an ideal world. After the society lends a helping hand and Gustave gets his perfume back,
Leather panache.
they seek to complete the plan by collecting the painting from Zero's fiancée, Agatha, and running away with
This has
her.
become a troops barracks. I shall never cross its threshold again in my lifetime.
But ideal plans are subject to the whims of reality.
Actually, I think we might be going in there right now after all.
After a chase, a gunfight, and police intervention, Gustave is named the owner of Boy with Apple and is given the very hotel itself. At the end of the story, Gustave H., the once lonely concierge, finds a family in Zero and Agatha. Anderson tells us a tale of an idealist, someone who romanticises reality in the midst of a family crisis. Their idealism and their family are the two things that solve it. Why is this his message? Maybe Wes Anderson is a romantic idealist himself. His movies are a window into how he views the world, vibrant, chaotic, and full of wonder. He is Max Fisher, he is Sam Shakusky, he is Monsieur Gustave, and his movies are his poetry.
To be frank, I think his world had vanished long before he ever entered it. But I will say, he certainly sustained the illusion with a marvelous grace.